Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a new episode of GRAFF TV. Tonight, we have a classic graffiti supervillain in studio. With an infamous career that spans over 40 years, this vandal has risen to legendary status. Not only by elevating one name to infamy, but two names to infamy. A rare and difficult accomplishment in graffiti. Ladies and gentlemen, help me in welcoming the creator of one of the greatest crews in Los Angeles history, GRAFF TV's 2024 MVP. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the TKO God himself, the infamous Dr. Toomes, aka TOOMER TKO crew. Yeah! Dr. Toomes, thank you for joining us. How are you doing today?
Good.
Hello, doctor. Is there anything I could be assistance of?
No, I'm good.
Wow, what an entrance, Dr. Toomes. Thank you. Dr. Toomes, it's great to have you in studio today. Thank you for joining us. How are you doing, man?
I'm good, very good.
Today we have something different, as you can see. Dr. Toomes is sitting on a throne built for a graffiti king. Can you tell us about this throne, Dr. Toomes? Why do you choose to sit on a throne?
This Iron Throne was built for my art show September 14th. It'll be there at the Mission Viejo Mall for all to sit on and take photos. You know what I mean? I pretty much built it for everybody to enjoy.
Dr. Toomes, are you always looking for ways to be more creative? Do you always have creative ideas that you need to pull off?
Yeah, I'm constantly coming up with different ideas. You know, I've been an art director for a lot of murals for years, you know. I've helped out a lot of different artists, both MCs, DJs, and graffiti writers, you know. I inspire a lot of people to do a lot of different things and push themselves, push the limit.
With your throne specifically, how long does it take you to build? Does anyone help you with it?
Oh yeah, no, I definitely have a great team. This actually took 4 days to build, 500 spray cans, and I had my buddies at Imperial Paint and Surfaces help me, Sam and Benny, which, you know, they do a lot of different movie sets and a lot of different creative things with me, you know, like I like to hang out with a lot of different artists, some that are MCs, some that are DJs, some that are painters, different creatives, you know, it helps you do a lot more creative stuff.
What does everyone say when you tell them about your throne idea? Do they try to talk you out of it? Do they say it's impossible?
Oh no, everybody I work with is pretty much they're creative too, you know, so they want to do other creative stuff. And then, you know, this was just kind of like, you know what, if I'm going to show up and I'm going to do an interview, I want to elevate, you know, bring fun back into graffiti, you know.
What was the toughest part about creating a throne?
Getting the spray cans. You know, hauling those 500 spray cans out of a yard, I mean, the funnest part was using them all, you know, painting on the streets, painting on some trains. But yeah, it was a fun thing to do. I'm glad I did it, and there's gonna be a lot more different things, you know.
A throne is definitely the right kind of chair for you. Thank you again for joining us, Dr. Toomes. I'd love to get started with the interview, but first, I want to know more about your big art show with Cope 2 and 3rd. It's called the Dysfunctional Function Art Show at the Mission Viejo Mall on Saturday, September 14th at 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Can you tell us more about that? Who else is going to be there? And what can we see besides your throne?
Oh, there's going to be so much amazing art. I mean, this throne is just one piece, just one thing out of so many things. That place is going to be so packed with so many things. I don't want to give it out. I want people to be surprised and amazed of the guest superstars that are going to be there. And, you know, we got the Funk Freaks DJing it. You know, we got DJ Julian from the Psycho Realm. He's DJing there. And, BJ's restaurants and brewery is sponsoring food for everybody, and so it's a great time. It's going to be a good time.
Thank you, man. That sounds an event that we can't miss. We can't wait for your art show September 14th, and we'll definitely be there as well, man. Thank you for the invite. Now, Dr. Toombs, I want to learn about your supervillain origins, starting with your early life, man. Where are your parents from originally? Can you share that with us?
Yeah, well, my mom was born in Mérida, Yucatan. She spoke Mayan. She passed away last year, and I took care of her for many years. That's why I kind of like laid back on doing GRAFF, because she felt ill with Alzheimer's, so I was taking care of her for many years, and I kind of like pushed back my career to make sure she was okay. And but she taught me a lot of things. I think a lot of my creative comes from her. She was also in the movie Infamy with me, so a lot of people have seen her before. But I got a lot of creativity out of her. I used to make my own toys growing up, like Dead skulls, sugar skulls and stuff, and it's because of my Mayan roots, She spoke Mayan, and, pretty much her job was going to pyramids with her horse and taking American and British tourists to the pyramids,
As you mentioned, your mother and your grandmother spoke Mayan, actually. Yes. Do you ever pick up the language yourself? And can you understand it?
I can understand some of it, but no, I never picked it up, and I really regret that. I should have really spent more time learning her roots, and
Does your mother or grandmother ever share with you ancient Mayan advice or words of Mayan wisdom with you?
Well, they're both passed away, so if they did, I would be pretty spooked. But I know they got my back, and I know that I've survived a lot of stuff in these streets, Los Angeles, because they always looking down and taking care of me,
Does your mother and your grandmother ever share any ancient Mayan history that people don't know about and that would be surprised to learn?
Well, yeah, they told me a lot of things when that 2020 thing, the end of the calendar, and people were freaking out, they were all scared. And they were like, that's not what it means. That's not what they're saying. It was the end of an era, a cycle, So, I was never like buying all kinds of waters and, like when people were panicking and all that, because my mom was like, that's not what they're saying.